Calaroga Shark Media.
From Poolside, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Johnny Mac, are we poolside again? Yeah, man, it's August now. A month from now, it'll be cooler, and I'll be teaching my college class about podcasting, and, you got to enjoy these moments while you can. Trevor Noah is back involved with the South African tourism industry. They've launched a second international marketing campaign featuring comedian Trevor Noah. They are seeking to attract more foreign visitors at a time when the country's global reputation has been dented by renewed xenophobic tensions and anti-illegal immigration protests. The Tourism Business Council of South Africa and Tourism Marketing South Africa unveiled the Tourism in South Africa with Trevor Noah campaign. The campaign is titled, "Didn't Say We Didn't Tell You. Let's let Trevor Noah tell you about it."
Hi there. I'm Trevor Noah, still South African, still a comedian, and still getting questions from all over the world about South Africa. Because I guess apparently I'm the only South African people can ask. Why not ask Black Coffee, Charlize, Elon? Okay, maybe don't ask Elon, but the point is, I've decided to come to our tourism headquarters to answer your questions head on. Questions like this. Why didn't anyone tell me there were so many climates? I only packed for the beach. Well, English Ben 386, then South Africa, we have it all. You can explore majestic mountains, cascading waterfalls, desert dunes, and boundless savanna plains.
You get the idea. Now, as it turns out, I've got a whole bunch of travel, vacation-y type things to tell you about today. Chelsea Handler laid out her strict rules for family vacation. She spoke to People magazine about this, and she said, if you want a vacation with me, these are the rules. Okay, what are the rules, Chelsea Handler? By the way, if you want to hear just how relatable Chelsea Handler is, pay attention here. In her 2025 book, I'll Have What She's Having, she wrote a letter to her extended family establishing proper vacation etiquette after she paid to take them on a trip one year. That's nice. She observed a, quote, shortfall of manners and left feeling, quote, embarrassed and taken advantage of after they visited her homes in, this is very relatable, Los Angeles, okay, fine, Mallorca in Spain, and Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, because, everybody has those kind of places. Her first request were for her family to say hello to all the people working in the home. We are told they didn't need to have long conversations with the housekeepers, but they do need to acknowledge their existence out of decency and respect. Chelsea Handler asked that her family be thoughtful of others when it comes to food and drinks. Clean your plates after a meal and put them in the dishwasher, and do not consume copious amounts of alcohol. Wait until everyone's been served before grabbing more food. And when I make a pitcher of margaritas, don't finish the pitcher unless you're willing to make another. She expects her guests, especially younger relatives, to remain engaged during family activities like a game, movie, or dinner. She says they can sacrifice their phones and video games to be present for an hour or two at night. Sounds like a lot of fun hanging out with Chelsea Handler. She requires a contribution from her guests. A contribution does not mean financial. It means, what pleasantness are you planning to bring on vacation? It's not a free-for-all. I don't care how much our family annoys you. It's the only one we've got, and we're stuck together for life. She sounds fun. Meanwhile, Rob Beckett spoke to The Guardian. You know Rob from Last One Laughing UK. Rob Beckett told The Guardian, "We do a lot of Disney theme park holidays when my wife turns into some sort of army sergeant. She's up at the crack of dawn, backpack on, hair done and pigtails, hat on, kids ready to go. That's how you got to do Disney, dude. You got to be there the second the gates open and make a beeline for Space Mountain." Beckett said, when you have kids, they basically ruin holidays because you're not relaxing, you're parenting in more danger, hotter, with less sleep. And then they get to an age where they're big enough to play in the pool, but they're also having their own separate holiday. They'll be in the pool playing with each other, so you're getting in for a bit, but they don't want you to play, and then they play with some mates they've met. Whereas when you go to Disney, it feels like you're on holiday with them as mates because you're going on the rides together, you're eating together, you go to bed at the same time, you wake up, so it feels like you're on holiday with them. A different vacation, Rob Beckett said, we went to Spain last year after being really busy. 5 nights in a row, the whole family slept for 10 hours, and we just did nothing. And then basically we go to breakfast 5 minutes before it ends. He would not like traveling with me. My family makes fun of me. I have a full day itinerary, and I mean full day. Now, their brains are on autopilot. I'm like, hey, we got to be here. We're doing this activity. Here's your passes. I have a folder. If I get hit by an asteroid, somebody else can run the vacation. It's all laid out. Here's all the vouchers. Here's everything. Here's the schedule. Here's where you get the bus, all that. But I don't go on vacation to see the hotel room. I want to see the destination. Also, as much as I love the beach, I don't go to the beach on vacation because I'm like, I can go to the beach around here. Like when I was in Australia, believe me, Australia's got awesome beaches, and I did 1.5 day on Bondi Beach, which was just amazing. But I was like, I could sit on the beach at home. I can't climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is a real thing I did, which I highly recommend. A lot of fun. I can't do that at home. I digress. Rob Beckett said, I'd sleep forever. I was so relaxed that the one time I was on the balcony, it's like around 5 o'clock. The kids were out of the bath chilling, and Lou was getting ready for the night. I was sort of dozing, and I said to myself, if I die now, that's fine. I'm all right. And he laughed at that notion. Different vacation. I went to Seville with my wife and a couple of friends, and that was amazing. We watched Real Betis play. I love football. Seville's amazing for eating and drinking, so that was really nice. Go in August. If they're having a bit of a cold week, book a last-minute deal because the hotels will be cheap. It's really quiet and empty because it's too hot for most people to go. But if you keep an eye on it, you get cheap accommodation and cheap flights if the temperature drops. That's interesting. Spain is awesome. Beckett says, we're going to do a road trip through Europe, which we've never done before. We're going to drive through France and the Champagne region and then end up at Europa Park, a theme park in Germany. I do love a hotel room with the family because I feel you're just more relaxed. And the kids love breakfast. They go down and absolutely demolish it, and then you set them up for the day. Kenan Thompson has some car buying tips. Now, this is an advertorial. He was being paid to share these tips, but let's roll with it. Kenan Thompson has some must-have car essentials for parents. Number 1, hand sanitizing wipes. Kenan Thompson says definitely wipes. You got to have wipes when you have kids. Number 2, hand sanitizer. He keeps hand sanitizer nearby for quick cleanups after snacks, playground trips, and busy days on the go. He also keeps napkins on hands just in case. I use the middle console thing in my car, and I always have napkins in there until my wife gets in the car, and boy, she goes through all the napkins. I don't know what she's doing over there, shotgun. A lot of napkins disappear, and then I have to go to Wendy's and get new napkins. Kenan said, I try to keep my car pretty clean and not a lot of clutter. So I've done that. Then not the car I'm driving now, my last car, I had this Hyundai Tucson that I got when the kids were young, and I decided this car I'm not going to be precious about. There's a line I like that said that battleships aren't meant to sit in dry dock. They're meant to go out and get in battle. So I took that attitude with my Hyundai Tucson, which served me really well. I got to 205,000 miles. Then the transmission broke, and I wanted to save it, and my mechanic that I've been using for years looked me online. I was like, don't. So I had to let that one go. But anyway, with that car, I decided this is the car that's going to go to soccer games and to the beach, and it's going to get sand in it, and it's going to get dirty, and that's okay. And that's what that car did, and I loved it. Before starring on SNL, Kenan Thompson was saving up for his first car, a Toyota 4Runner. He said it was my prized possession because I bought it with my own hard-earned cash. It wasn't gifted to me. It was something I earned. My favorite feature was that the back glass window would roll down. I thought that was really cool for a hatchback kind of truck. I thought this was fun. From Deadline, it's called the Laugh List. It is a list of the year's best unproduced comedy screenplays. Deadline explains it is a new ongoing survey recognizing the year's most promising unproduced comedy screenplays, unveiled in association with Just for Laughs Montreal. The list has 10 screenplays that emerged from a field of more than 40 nominated projects. The scripts are in various stages of development, some with studios attached and some not. Here is the list. Number 1, Daniel Bennett Needs a Friend. The world's richest and loneliest man funnels his near-infinite resources into making one friend. I could see Steve Carell in that, couldn't you? Yeah. The Flu Game. During the 1997 NBA Finals, pretty specific, 4 desperate Utah Jazz fans bet their life savings against the Chicago Bulls and hatch an idiotic plan to poison Michael Jordan, accidentally creating the infamous and very real Flu Game. That sounds amazing. Let's get that made right now. Who should we cast in that as Utah Jazz fans? Maybe like Ben Marshall from the Please Don't Destroy guys, Marcelo Hernandez. Let's reunite everybody from the 72 Hours movie. Why not? Next up, it's I'd Like to Speak to Your Manager. Jake really, really wants to return those stupid little paper towels. I don't have any ideas for that one. How about Island Man? After heroically sacrificing himself to save a hijacked plane and spending 5 years on a deserted island, this already screams Sandler, a roguish doctor returns from near death to reunite with the love of his life, only to discover she's married a totally normal dude named Jake. But this isn't the hero's story, it's Jake's, and Jake is so effed. That could be Sandler. All right, next up, it's Pistols at 3:45. After a petty online feud between 2 local councilmen goes viral, the politicians are pressured by their small town into a real-life gun duel, leaving them both desperately trying to figure out how to get out of it without looking like a wuss. Will Ferrell popped into mind as I read that to you. In Rush, a college student is sexually assaulted by a frat guy. That's not funny, who faces no consequences. She and her best friend rush his fraternity undercover to get revenge, only to become the unlikely stars of Delta Iota Kappa's pledge class and get in way too deep. Too complicated for me to work out. How about this could be our night after the release of a crush list throws the final night of high school into chaos. Two best friends must sneak out to a wild graduation party so one of them can hook up with her longtime crush. How about the accidental scroll? A man is recording his podcast next to the pool when suddenly his mouse jumps and moves the script down. No, that's not a real movie, although we could make that. Where were we? The planet is effing awesome, except they actually use the naughty F word in the title. Not sure that's going to make it to the theatrical release. That might be a working title anyway. 20 years after their best friend went missing, a group of stoner friends are zapped to a fun party planet where they find him alive. They must race across the planet before the only portal to home closes forever. I don't know about that one. That sounds like one episode of Rick and Morty. Next up, it's Untitled Erotic Teen Fan Fiction Movie. A teen writing erotic fiction online must collaborate with her school's promiscuous quarterback when asked to write about her non-existent love life for a publisher. I'll pass on that. And then there's Witch Please. Two black wannabe viral ghost hunters are transported back to 1600s Massachusetts to defend a little white girl's mother who's been accused of being a witch. That one does have a producer attached, Kevin Hart's Heartbeat. That is your comedy news on a summer Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow.